It's Press Pass with Jack Ebling, Mid-Michigan's spirited sports debate. Now let's get talking sports. Here's Jack.
Great evening, Mid-Michigan and beyond, and welcome to Press Pass. It's time to meet Team 214. Tom Crawford, my 15-year radio partner. Bluebelly Tom. He is our Tuesday in-studio co-host and Thursday remote co-host of The Drive with Jack on the Team 92.1 FM and drivewithjack.com. Tom, how are you?
I'm great. Watched a lot of college football. I got home from Ann Arbor, second half at the 3:30 games. There were just too many games to keep, too many exciting games to keep track of. The Ohio State, Penn State game, and obviously Michigan State, Northwestern. I was overwhelmed.
You stayed the whole time?
What's that?
You stayed the whole time?
Absolutely.
Why?
I'm Jim Harbaugh's press conference.
Of course.
That's right.
For him to tell you nothing.
Riveting questions.
Yeah.
Who's got it better than John O'Korn? Brandon Peters. That's who has it better
And
than
we're
John.
starting out segment number one.
Congratulations to the Wolverines. Now,
A rebound?
Who do they
ahead
have
of Rutgers
Rutgers
in the
is not
standings.
very good.
Who do they have next
Rutgers
week,
is not very
Tom?
good. Minnehaha.
in the Michigan high school playoffs? Who do they have next week?
Playing the
Brother
Gophers.
Rice.
Okay. Brother Rice?
Also want to welcome in Neil Kepke. He is a longtime state of Michigan sports writer, 47 years
Long
doing
time.
this. And he is a columnist for MSUSpartans.com and My Human Hockey website. Hey, they still win games at Munn Arena. They're doing it a lot now.
New season and wins, it's amazing. 4 in a row at Munn Arena ice. It's just something that hasn't happened in a while.
And you're sitting there, you're watching football games, right?
Yeah, I was sitting there watching the first part of that game. I had my laptop on the Michigan State game, my phone on the Ohio State game, and those games were sort of ending right there, and it was pretty chaotic to figure out just what to watch.
Multitasking. That's
Yeah,
Neil Kepke.
very multitasking. And I actually given up on the Ohio State game when the Buckeyes, and we'll talk about this later, when the Buckeyes fumbled the ball, and with 13 minutes left, they were still down by 15 points.
Big night on the banks of the Olentangy. A lot more tattoos for the Ohio State Buckeyes. Rico Beard joins us. He is Specs Howard instructor and recruiting insider, and most importantly, he's the host of the Spartan Beat, weeknights from 6 to 7 right after the drive. You were in Grand Rapids today.
I was in Grand Rapids today, watched Michigan State defeat Georgia 80-68. It was actually a good game. Michigan State hit a 10-0 spurt. Georgia could never come back, but it was a good challenge for the Spartans.
Just
Really
good. Good thing that they weren't playing football, though, right, as opposed to basketball.
What do you know about football?
Ooh,
Georgia
knows
number 2.
a lot about football.
Yeah, they sure
They
they
might
do.
be the best team in the country.
Michigan knows nothing about nothing.
I thought for a minute that Tom Izzo was going to say, who didn't sign Yonte Mayton?
Yes.
Well, he did
Who's
say
the
he should
reason?
be fired for not signing him.
We will be back in just a minute. We're going to start with our Going Green segment, talking about MSU basketball up next.
It's time to get in the driver's seat with an auto loan from MSU Federal Credit Union. We offer flexible terms and great low rates with no application fees and no prepayment penalties. Visit msufcu.org today.
Oh, dishwasher, why don't you dry my dishes?
Oh, he doesn't know any better. You just need to add Finish Jet Dry in the rinse aid compartment. It's there for a reason. It dries much better than detergent alone.
Sorry, dishwasher.
Finish Jet Dry for drier, shinier dishes.
No matter what job I've got to do, my John Deere 5E tractor will do it all. Whether I'm cutting, moving feed, or building a fence. Using my 5E means my work gets done faster at a price I can afford, and that works for me.
D&G Equipment, providing ag and turf solutions in Mason, Williamston, Corunna, Howell, Highland, Charlotte, and Rives Junction.
Confidence. You can't buy it, and we can't sell it. Confidence is earned, and you've paid your dues. Confidence is that intangible thing that makes the impossible inevitable and fantasy into fact. We can't sell you confidence. We're just a reminder that you already have it.
Hussey Jewelers. Brilliant.
Catch all the savings and excitement during Capital Honda's Savings Rush, now at Capital Honda.
Team spirit. Face paint.
more cowbell. Dean Trailways Motor Coach takes care of your travel, so you can support your favorite Spartan teams and focus on the important things. Dean Trailways, your favorite ride.
The student bookstores are Green and White Shop headquarters. Outfit your entire family with Spartan gear. We have a large selection of men's, women's, and children's clothing. Show off your Michigan State pride with new shoes, socks, hats, and more. Have your tailgate ready with MSU party supplies, car accessories, and dress your pet in green and white. We have gifts for students, grads, alumni, and fans. From Vera Bradley and Dooney and Burke to diploma frames and more. Always shop SBS for the biggest and best selection of green and white. Go green, go white, go SBS.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for our Going Green segment, brought to you by Graff Chevrolet, a trusted friend with 103 years in the automobile business. Stop see Matt, Mark, and Greg on West Grand River in Okemos. They will take great care of you, as they have on all 6 of my leases and purchases, and soon to be one for Neil Kepke. Go green, go Graff.
Getting another game, and I just felt a little bit, almost, I wouldn't say obligated to do it, but privileged and obligated to do it, because you not only can help the Houstons, the Miamis, the Georgias, the Bahamas, the Puerto Ricos, all those areas that have been hit. And with Tom on our team, we felt that instead of being one of the teams that didn't do it, we just thought it would be advantageous to do it. We have such a great fan base in Grand Rapids, and so we thought it would be a mini road trip, which might help us a little bit, acclimate everybody back to what it's like to go on the road and get to an area of the state that we think we have a lot of fans over there, but not everybody gets to come over here and go to games.
Michigan State head basketball coach Tom Izzo explaining today's hurricane relief game at Van Andel Arena. Rico Beard, you were there Thursday night. Michigan State struggled with Ferris State, and then again today in Grand Rapids. Played much better against Georgia. What was the difference?
I think that the rust got shaken off. I guess I didn't see it as a struggle, more so Ferris is a good team, and whenever any of these in-state teams go against Michigan State, a little bit of I should have gone to the Spartans, I should have got a scholarship, and you see that like when Oakland play. But in this game, your shooter shot the ball. Yeah. Josh Langford didn't go 0 for 12. Matt McQuaid didn't go 2 for 10. Those two guys came out there, did what they had to do. Bridges had 21. And, it was balanced scoring, and you can start to see that they're getting their sea legs underneath them. It was a little bit of a struggle, but right before the half, they hit a, 11-0 run to finish the half, and Georgia never was able to come back.
Tom Crawford, there was a check presented before tip-off, $339,448 for the people in Georgia and those in the Bahamas, Tum Nairn's homeland. And this might have been more important than anything happened during the game.
Well, yeah, and I think Tom Izzo addressed that earlier in the week at the press conference. I mean, this is win times 10. I mean, to be able to help all those needy people in that situation. But also, this is win for Michigan State and Georgia. My God, you're playing a Power 5 conference game. You're playing a big sold-out arena. What a rehearsal that is. Yeah. And, you find out kind of, your strengths and your weaknesses. It's just perfect. And, there's no risk involved other than injury.
No, right, other than injury. I kind of wish that the referees would have treated it a little bit more like an exhibition game. Give the people, like Yante Maten dunked the ball. Him and Bridges were going at it all game. He dunked the ball, tried to tear the rim off, and got a tech. And it's like, guys, come on.
Let it go, yeah.
Right. It's an exhibition game. No one cares. Let the people
maybe
have
not money ball, but somewhere maybe halfway in between.
Yeah, treat it like a Globetrotter game, man. People came out there to watch and be entertained.
Miles Bridges did a lot of things right today. Yante Maten maybe did more things right, but the one thing that Miles Bridges did right was he didn't jump up and land on his head the way he did Thursday. And you see the collapse there.
There must have been
a
shudder in the crowd when that happened.
It was kind of weird, Rico. Yeah, silence at first, and it was going to
hush.
I never saw. I was uploading my radio show up to the internet, and all of a sudden I'm looking, and it's dead silence, and I'm like, why is it so quiet in here? Yeah. Is everybody looking at me? Oh, no. Somebody's on the ground.
Yeah.
It's 22.
The MVP.
Oh, dear.
And in the locker room, Neil, he was so happy. He had like 5 stitches.
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
I got 5
like a hockey player. Right?
Badge of honor.
Look just like a hockey player. Yeah. You know a lot about the importance of depth. You were there and you watched Ron Mason's juggernaut, and there's some fourth lines that were better than other teams. Second line. What can this mean for Tom Izzo that he has this kind of depth this season?
Well, it's so important because at one time or another, there's going to be a case when these 5 starters, 6 starters are in sync. So you're going to need guys like McCade and Nairn and Goins and Schilling to come off that bench, give them a break. And when you look at the depth that they have on that bench, it's amazing that they can play so many players. And down the road, say in February when things aren't working, Tom's going to probably go to that bench a lot, just to get the chemistry back.
How about
with
foul
the
trouble, which comes into
foul
play?
Trouble, same thing.
Well, that happened today.
And that's important. Foul trouble, and getting in the late in the games when you're a little tired, you get a rest, and then the last 5 minutes, maybe you put the starters back in.
Foul trouble and injuries, of course. You've got injury proof, but I think the biggest thing with this is it allows you to have incredibly competitive practices. And when you're getting ready to play Duke, you have guys who actually look like they could have played for Duke.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, Jaren Jackson Jr. had a big lesson. He had that great game against Ferris. Today, not so much. He was shell-shocked on the bench. He picked up his 4th foul early and was just like, what?
This is college basketball.
Yeah, but the practices, it helps. It's just not Nick Ward anymore. You got a lot of people that you could throw out in that front court.
And Jaren Jackson got the start today. One thing about the starting, you say it doesn't matter. Well, you do have a jump ball. And Jaren Jackson Jr.'s chances of getting a jump ball are pretty good.
Long.
He is extremely long. That's an extra half a possession per game. We will be back in just a couple of minutes, and we're going to talk Michigan State football. The triple overtime loss at Northwestern yesterday. What does it mean to the Spartans moving forward? We'll be right back on Press Pass.
Hello, my name is Dr. John Braccio, psychologist. If you or your child have problems with focus, inattention, sitting still, memory, concentration, these are traits of ADHD. Visit us at drjohnb.com.
At Graf Chevrolet in Okemos, the 2018s are here and the 2017s have to go. This month only, save up to $13,000 on all remaining 2017s in stock. Or choose 0% financing for up to 72 months on select vehicles. There's never been a better time to save on new 2017s than right now at Graf Chevrolet in Okemos. Visit us in Okemos
or shop grafokemos.com to see our inventory and daily specials.
It was a Saturday of smiles for Michigan State at Michigan Stadium. A sea of white amid maize and blue. A team that laid it all on the line with ferocious hits and a steady hand. For 59 minutes and 50 seconds, then all hell broke loose. Cherish the memories of last October 17th and one of the greatest finishes in college football history. Perfect 10 by Jack Ebling and Joe Rexrode. Go to 10perfectseconds.com before time runs out.
Hello, my name is Dr. John Braccio, psychologist. If you or your child have problems with focus, inattention, sitting still, memory, concentration, these are traits of ADHD. Visit us at drjohnb.com.
Let Larry find a great deal for you at Larry's RV in Jackson.
Larry, are you out there?
With the David Chapman Agency, auto owners' insurance policies come with something extra. Local agents who care about you. Our agents will help you find the right coverage at the best price. 3 generations serving you at the David Chapman Agency, your local auto owners' insurance agents.
Get 2 rebates this month from American Metal Roofs. First, get an authorized manufacturer's rebate of up to $5,000. Plus, get a 50% rebate on our high-flow ridge vents. Call 844-METAL-ROOFs or visit
AmericanMetalRoofs.com.
Don't be fooled by the competition. All new Chevy vehicles are priced the same. Any offer you see from any dealer, we can match that at Sawyer's. A brand new 2018 Equinox for only $95 per month. That's right, for under $100 per month, you can get a 2018 Equinox. Or for just $5 more per week, you can get a 2017 Traverse for only $118 per month. You never overpay at Sawyer Chevrolet. You have my word on it.
Game in terms of what went down, I think look at us, probably need to run the ball more effectively, but threw the ball very well, scored points, big drive at the end of the game to come back and tie it. lost opportunity on the turnover early in the first half when we could have won up at least 10-0 or 14. A couple field goals hit the bar. So we're not playing to win at the end of the game, we're playing to tie. Felt like, the run after catch. It wasn't so much deep balls. Deep balls didn't hurt us, but the catch, run after catch, leverage into football.
Honestly, I could go on and on. I can explain every natural phenomenon.
Let me turn this off.
That was kind of a funny moment. Mark D'Antonio, and everyone's wondering, is he going to explode? How tense is he going to be? And his phone kept going off. And eventually he just laughed and said, you just got to deal with it. It's not a big deal. Neil, Michigan State yesterday scored 10 points in the first 59 minutes and 34 seconds. 21 points in the last 25 seconds and 2 overtimes. But yards after the catch and 2 field goals, including a 32-yarder that clanged off the upright. How did they lose this game?
Well, they start with the momentum shift in which they fumbled in the red zone, which could have put them ahead 14-0. They just kept giving Northwestern opportunities to stay in the game, and there's something about Northwestern playing against State in that facility that they just come alive, and there's a buzz. You would think Northwestern is playing in a Big Ten championship game. That's how good they were. And also, you look at the 2 field goals that they missed. If they make one of those field goals, Jack, they're playing to win the game on the last drive instead of to tie it.
Cody White had a record-setting day for the most receiving yards by any MSU true freshman. Brian Lewerke, completions, 445 yards. In completions, Rico, Spartans held Justin Jackson 41 rushing yards, but Northwestern kept moving the chains, 28 first downs, and eventually made just enough plays.
Yeah, playing Northwestern is like dying by 1,000 cuts of a dull knife. It just eats you away. They dink and they dunk and they do this and they do that, and there's really nothing you could do about it. They did everything they were supposed to do, but the stats that Cody White and Lewerke had, they're empty calories because you didn't win. So they really don't count. You would have taken Lewerke throwing for 100 yards and winning. But as great as those 2 played, it was a microcosm of the game because each had crucial mistakes. Cody White fumbling, going into the red zone, could have put them up 14-0. Lewerke on the final play, not realizing it's just second down. Throw it away, and you still got 2 more
Thought he was
downs.
Connor Cook there, just a little bit too much bravado. Tom Crawford, when you think about Josiah Scott, who's had such an impressive start to this season.
Right.
And he drops an interception, which would have prevented a touchdown. Comes up on a 3rd down play, whiffs on the tackle of Justin Jackson. And then the game-winning touchdown, he's trailing the guy into the end zone. We forget sometimes these guys are true freshmen. They're not going to be perfect every week.
Yeah, and that's Michigan State's been a bubble team all Big Ten. I mean, all those 5 games have been bubble games. They've gone one way or the other. The same thing with this one. But in the overtime periods, the defense for Michigan State let them down. They gave up the full score: the touchdown, extra point, touchdown, extra point, touchdown, 2-point conversion. Which really surprised me because I thought, that's the spine of that team and spine of that program.
It was actually smart what Northwestern did. They just targeted Chris Fry and said he can't cover that big number 84.
Yeah, and they ran a lot of drag patterns. I mean, right in front of everybody. And then Joe Bashi was right. That touched the 2-point conversion right in front of him.
By 1,000 cuts. That's Northwestern.
Northwestern is an extremely difficult team to sack. And Michigan State has been sacking quarterbacks. It's got 19
Such
now.
a quick release.
But it's hard to get to those Northwestern quarterbacks.
Right.
And for Michigan State, that wasn't going to be the answer. You almost thought that if they had a chance to win the game with the 2-point conversion early in the overtime, they should go for it. Because unless Northwestern messed up, they were going to score.
I said they should have went for 2 when they scored the touchdown at the end of the game. Just ended right there.
Yeah.
Right there.
Talked about that before. Neil, it was something that we've seen enough games at Northwestern. We know how this works. Been through this drill before.
Yeah. It's same thing. Northwestern just comes alive when the Spartans are there and they make plays. And like Rico says, they dink and dunk and find a way, and what can you do?
We'll be right back with more. It's our Out of the Blue segment, talking Michigan football, up next on Press Pass.
When it comes to milk, only Fairlife is ultra-filtered for 50% more protein and 50% less sugar. Wake up to a one-of-a-kind kind of milk. Fairlife.
Hi folks, I'm Jack Williams from Total Firearms and Pro Tackle Shop. Stop in and see us for all your fishing, hunting, and archery needs.
Like us on Facebook.
The road to treating cancer can take you in many directions, which is why at Sparrow, our team of doctors meet every day to discuss our patients' care. Together, we collaborate with trusted partners like Mayo Clinic to create a plan for the best treatment. And now, that road leads here. Introducing the Sparrow Herbert Herman Cancer Center.
Representing personal injury and accident victims for over 50 years.
Team spirit. Face paint. More cowbell. Dean Trailways Motor Coach takes care of your travel, so you can support your favorite Spartan teams and focus on the important things. Dean Trailways, your favorite ride.
At Fabiano's Pizzeria, we're more than great pizza. We're family. We're friends. We're a team. Dough and sauce made from scratch. We're serious about quality. And we're honored to serve you. Fabiano's Pizzeria, Westphalia, just down the road.
The Knapp Center is a historical hub for future business growth in beautiful downtown Lansing.
The Ide Company did the best they could to preserve the integrity of the history of this building while incorporating a modern open workspace.
They have been prompt, they have been efficient, and they really are a friendly, great group of people that we don't have any concerns about calling them for any of our needs.
Opportunities for retail, office, restaurant, and residential. Build the future as a member of the Ide Company family.
Moved the football team, played very, very well. Yeah, he did a lot, and you know, from the first time he went in there, you know, just taking that extra half second to take a breath and hit the check down, was good ball. You know, he was. Yeah, I think it went really well for him today. That was great to see.
Michigan head football coach Jim Harbaugh. I saw the water. I saw the Diet Coke can. I didn't see the Fairlife milk out in front of him there.
No,
what's going on?
That's not one of those props.
Yeah.
No, not today. Not
Tom
this
Crawford,
week.
you have been the voice of calm and reason regarding Michigan's quarterbacks, John O'Korn, and before that, Wilton Speight.
I go back to John Navarre. I hate quarterback bashers from fans who have no clue of what's going inside the walls of the program. The coach is the best decision maker on that, in my opinion. That's where that came
Brandon Peters, 10 for 14, 124 yards. Not a lot of yards, but he did what he had to do. Is it too early to anoint him as the answer?
Way too. Maybe check with me on December 18th, or November 18th rather, when they go to Madtown, take on the Badgers, and you really find out. But the thing about it is, Rutgers is Rutgers. I mean, you know, all these teams have been blitzing Michigan with twists and things of that nature and stunts, and Rutgers they must not have watched the film because they didn't blitz Michigan hardly the entire game. So it was kind of tailor-made for Brandon Peters to go in there. O'Korn, you know, he had been sacked 15 times in 3.5 games. You know, so it wasn't all his fault. But in this game, I mean, he had 2 fumbles and an interception. It was time. Harbaugh had told the team on Monday. We all knew it was coming, or the team knew it was coming. The players talked about that after the game, and so it was a time to put him in there. He made some good throws, and we'll see how it goes. But it was like the team, both the offense and the defense, got rejuvenated.
Sometimes you just need a change.
Sometimes you really do, man.
So R.I.P. to O'Korn. He's done. Never coming back.
Boy, I tell you what, that's a good question. I mean, when I in the press conference, I mean, it was like, okay, he's
I'm sure that
done.
was riveting.
Yeah.
And the other thing is,
next.
I think about his parents. You know, you saw his parents, cheering him on in the Penn State game. I mean,
so he's on the Alex Malzahn
Sometimes
plan.
you think, like, what's it like for that fan?
I know. He was the answer after the Purdue game, right?
What's that?
Yeah,
he's the
O'Korn was the
next
answer.
man up. I mean, that's just the nature of the beast. But We'll see how it goes. Hey, John O'Korn is only one play away from being the quarterback. Let's go back.
Did he get a call from Wilton Space saying, come on over here?
Yeah.
I've been in your shoes.
Let's have fun together, yeah.
Angelique Shingelis did some reporting and said the plan is for Wilton Spate to come back maybe by the Wisconsin game if Brandon Peters comes out and does everything that some fans expect him to do now. Ooh. Who knows if Wilton Peters will even come back for year 5.
The thing of it is, he won't even really be tested until he goes to Camp Randall, and then he's going to be supremely tested.
Yeah, it's a big night game against the Golden Gophers. I mean, that's a big test. No, seriously.
I predict U of M will win that game.
The bright lights is what I'm saying.
U of M.
Brighter lights than Rutgers.
Right.
Rutgers, to me, is the worst team in the Big Ten.
Neil, we know that it was
worse than Illinois.
It was great scheduling.
Homecoming.
But other than the fact that Michigan still has a terrific defense and a very underrated runner in Karan Higdon.
Yeah, they found one.
What did we learn about this 6-2 team?
I think we learned that Michigan still have a very good season, and I think they probably, with Peters and a little bit of confidence, offensive line maybe getting better over the next couple games when they play Minnesota, Maryland, and then Michigan fans are going to think we have a chance to go to Madison.
See, 2 winnables and then 2
and maybe Ohio
games.
State will be off their game on November 25th. It may
Did
be
you
wrong.
see the game yesterday, Neil?
I know, but that's what fans are going to think. They're going to get all excited.
Fans are idiots. Seriously, they have
except for the ones who call the Spartan beat. That's totally different.
Well, they're smart.
We're not going to educate anything about this team until they play Wisconsin.
Right. I'm just anybody who thinks they're going to beat Ohio State. Come on.
All right, Rico, you were wrong about one thing. Maybe a first in 2017.
Wow.
But Rutgers did score twice.
Right, they did score. I told Doug I didn't think that Rutgers would even score. That's how much faith
they got
I
one
had
player. They got one
and
player.
They ran it up the gut, and I was like, oh, you got. And seriously, as soon as I heard
it was a Saquon Barkley Wildcat.
You got to be kidding me. Rutgers actually scored. I mean, it was Rutgers. It was a practice game.
Listen
to me, you know what it tells me? Michigan can still beat bad teams.
So does Michigan build on this now with this surge of momentum?
No.
Finish with a better record than Michigan State. It has Minnesota and Maryland in the All U of M series, and then it has the trip to Wisconsin and finishes up with Ohio State. They're due.
Technically, they'll finish with the same record, but Michigan State will own the tiebreaker.
Tom Crawford, you buying that?
Well, Tom said they're 11-1, right? How's that working out?
From now on, I'm taking it week to week. I'm not looking beyond.
That's what you have to do.
So are you officially off the 11-1 bandwagon?
Well, I have to be.
There's already 2 of us.
Mathematically eliminated.
I mean, come on.
Okay.
We got the little brown jug at stake here Saturday night.
Oh,
right?
yeah, night game.
Yeah, we'd be looking forward to that. We'll be back in just a minute. We're going to have the big picture. We'll talk about college football, including a monster game yesterday in Columbus, Ohio. A couple of very other interesting games, too, as we get ready for the first college football playoff balloting. We'll be right back in just a moment here on Press Pass on Fox 47.
At Graf Chevrolet in Okemos, the 2018s are here and the 2017s have to go. This month only, save up to $13,000 on all remaining 2017s in stock. Or choose 0% financing for up to 72 months on select vehicles. There's never been a better time to save on new 2017s than right now at Graf Chevrolet in Okemos. Visit us in Okemos
or shop grafokemos.com to see our inventory and daily specials.
Coach's All-American Pub and Grill. What makes us All-American? Enjoying great food with ice-cold beverages and friendly service. Watching the game on one of our 21 large-screen TVs. With a variety of fun indoor and outdoor entertainment every night of the week. Connecting with friends, dining with family, or catching the game, you'll always have a great time. Coach's All-American Pub and Grill. Great food, fun, and friends.
At Tropical Smoothie Cafe, we have a taste for adventure because the only way to know how good something can be is to go for it. Try our veggie smoothies, Island Green, made with spinach, kale, pineapple, banana, and mango, and Caribbean Sea Burst with carrots, mango, banana, orange, and goji. Adventure begins with never knowing until you try, but always expecting something great. Go for a veggie smoothie at Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Eat better, feel better.
Sundance, St. John's Savings, Buicks, and GMCs. Come see us.
We had a big problem. We had a waterfall coming off this roof. It was ruining our deck. Had Streamline come out, and they put this one-piece seamless gutter all the way down. It's one piece. It looks great. So I decided, well, we're going to try to save a buck and not put the gutter covers on. Well, I cleaned it out one day. It took me 2 hours. I'm hanging off the ladder on the other side. I said, forget about it. I called Streamline back up. I said, come on back out and put those covers on. We're totally happy with the job Streamline did.
Streamline Enterprises.
Hi, I'm Phil Tripp from Tripp's Auto Shop and Collision Center. Did you know that your insurance company cannot tell you where to get your vehicle repaired? Did you know even if you're not getting your vehicle repaired and you're cashing out with the insurance company, Tripp's Auto Shop can help. Let us write you an accurate estimate so you can get the most money possible from your insurance company. Did you know at Tripp's Auto Shop and Collision Center, we'll cover up to $500 of your insurance deductible or a rental car. Tripp's Auto Shop, the right repair is no accident.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for The Big Picture, brought to you by Dean Trailways. With trips for every season, Dean takes care of the details so you can enjoy the experience, including daily casino runs and great getaways to northern Michigan and Chicago. Doug Warren and I took a Dean luxury cruiser to Chicago, joined 27 pro football greats, more than 100 supporters of the Shinsky Orphanage in Matamoros, not far from landfall for Hurricane Harvey.
Special thanks, as always. Never want to take anything for granted, and that's all the way from the Skull Session to wonderful crowd, incredible band, and that stadium helped us when we needed them the most, and that was one of the best fourth quarters I've ever witnessed in my coaching career. So hats off to our fans and the 10th unit, the crowd. And just a quick comment about our quarterback. Man to man, this is one man talking about another man. I don't know if I've ever had more respect for a human being and as a person, as because you earn respect and you witness people in very dire straits at times, tough situations, and where it's either yes or no in those situations, and he was a big yes tonight. I've never had a kid play perfect, but damn, he was close tonight.
That is Ohio State head coach Urban Meyer. Rico Beard, Penn State scored on the opening kickoff. Saquon Barkley takes it 97 yards, but Ohio State battled back from a 38-20 deficit. Your man, J.T. Barrett, 33 for 39, 328 yards,
Everybody
rushed for another
else
95 yards. He did an awful lot.
Sold popcorn at halftime. He did it all. When Saquon Barkley took the opening kickoff and you blink and it was like 14-0, I'm like, this is going to be like the Michigan game. Oh, my goodness. I don't think many Spartan fans realized the ending because I had to go back and rewatch it because I got caught up in thinking, well, Penn State's going to win that game. Yeah. MSU's in the triple overtime game. And then we turn back over like, why are they singing Carmen, Ohio? What just happened here?
You got to have more than one monitor in your man cave.
I'm focused.
You have the four wide, right? Whatever you have that set up there.
I stay focused, okay?
Yeah, I thought that when you look at what J.T. Barrett did yesterday, now he's back in the Heisman conversation.
That's how fickle football is, right?
Yeah, one game, one great play.
When I got home last night, I put that game on. I said, I got to see how he did this. And it reminded me of J.T. Barrett against Michigan State.
I thought the same thing, too.
Same thing as freshman year, where he just couldn't do anything wrong. Tom, when you think about what this means now, Georgia and Alabama could play a classic SEC championship game. Defending champion Clemson could be 12-1. Notre Dame could keep rolling. They play at undefeated Miami, then they go out to Stanford. If all these things happen, I know it's a lot of hypotheticals, but it's certainly within the realm of possibility that someone's going to get left out. It might be a one-loss Big Ten champion.
It might, and there's a lot of potholes for Big Ten teams. I mean, Penn State has a pothole in East Lansing, if you're still counting them in. Ohio State's got Michigan State. Well, first of all, they got Iowa at Kinnick Stadium, and then they got Michigan State, and they got Michigan. I mean, Rico will probably laugh at that, but the Michigan part. But there's a chance that the Wolverines could. No, I'm not laughing at it. I'm not. It's a possibility.
Be honest with yourself.
Yeah, it is a possibility indeed. Okay, so
Scarlet and Gray.
You know what's going to happen? They're going to knock each other off, and Big Ten could be out of it. I'm serious when I say that. And yet, I think it's a really. And Wisconsin's looming out there. Michigan could knock off Wisconsin. You just never know. You never know. So a lot of football.
If Michigan does beat Wisconsin, Wisconsin will win the West anyway. Yeah. But then they win the Big Ten championship game.
And then that's really a problem.
Then you nailed it there. That's
I think the Big Ten needs Notre Dame to lose. And then you take that out of the equation because right now I think we can eliminate the Pac-12. They're
Notre
done.
Dame's done. I saw Stanford play. I don't think Stanford's going to beat Notre Dame.
No. Well, the Pac-12's cannibalizing themselves, so they're out.
Well, I'm talking about Notre Dame and Stanford.
Yeah, they have a tougher chance to
1 week ago, we were talking about TCU, how TCU could be 13-0.
Yeah, there's another
they
one.
run into Iowa State.
Yeah.
We saw what Notre Dame did against North Carolina State, coming from behind. Looked like they just rolled.
They did. That was impressive.
Josh Adams has a 70-yard run every single week. Neil Koepke, when you think about Ohio State, and you were a Buckeyes goaltender there a half century ago, could you have imagined what it would be like on Lane Avenue last night if your name was J.T. Barrett?
You'd be the king. You'd be the president of that school. I mean, especially after the night when he had against Oklahoma about 2 months ago. Yeah. When everything was down, he was criticized. People were saying, we need another quarterback. He can't get it done. And what a brilliant performance, completing his last 16 passes in the fourth quarter. And so one of the greatest games you will see in Ohio Stadium. And now that Penn State has become such a big rival over the last 2 years, a lot of animosity there. So those fans love that ending.
I want to take a quick look at the AP poll again. And you see Michigan State 24. On the coaches poll, Tom, Michigan is 24. So they're both at 24, just in different polls. But you see that there are still teams in there. Clemson isn't going anywhere. Oklahoma says, hey, what about us?
Yeah.
We won at Ohio State. Don't forget that game. And maybe they deserve a lot of credit for even playing that game going into Columbus.
No, they do. It was a revenge game for them, and this could get interesting at the end. I think a lot of people just need Notre Dame to lose, plain and simple.
We'll be back with our Law of the Jungle segment. Doug Warren will join us talking about the Detroit Lions moving forward and the World Series, and Justin Verlander up next.
To all lovers of cheese, A&W has something for you. Cheese curds. Gooey, delicious, 100% Wisconsin white cheddar cheese. Golden fried to perfection. For a snack, for a side, for the love of cheese. Only at your local A&W.
St. John's, brand new Buicks and GMCs. $8,600 in savings on the Envision. $8,100 on the Acadia. $6,700 on the Encore. Buicks, GMCs, St. John's, fun for the family, 7 days a week. 1-877-Sundance.com.
Taking funny to new levels. The Big Bang Theory, 5 nights a week.
It was a Saturday of smiles for Michigan State at Michigan Stadium. A sea of white amid maize and blue. A team that laid it all on the line with ferocious hits and a steady hand. For 59 minutes and 50 seconds, then all hell broke loose. Cherish the memories of last October 17th and one of the greatest finishes in college football history. Perfect 10 by Jack Ebling and Joe Rexrode. Go to 10perfectseconds.com before time runs out.
It's another fall Friday night, and your kids should be
playing high school football.
It's a fun game, and it's safer than ever.
It's safe because the rules, the coaching, and the equipment are better than ever before.
As a result, serious injuries are at an all-time low. Seriously.
And builds
strong schools, lifetime memories, and tomorrow's community leaders.
And it's mother approved.
It's a great game, and we want to teach it to your kids.
Anyone who's had our chicken knows it's plump and juicy. What they may not know is that it's also 100% natural.
All our chickens are certified, humanely raised, no antibiotics, on a high-quality diet of soy and grain.
Why are they called tenders?
They're called tenders because they come from the tenderloin of the breast, hand-trimmed just for colors. It's not a strip or a finger, it is the true tenderloin.
I'll put our chicken tenders up against anybody's.
That's like my Granny Franklin used to make. That's outstanding, Craig.
Welcome to Delicious.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for our Law of the Jungle segment, brought to you by Woody's Oasis on Trowbridge Road, your healthy alternative to fast food. Eat Woody's and live longer. I'm talking about chicken shawarma with baked breast meat and hummus made fresh in a 3-day process. That's why I'm there every week. Time to talk a little Detroit Lions and Detroit Tigers. I want to bring in Doug Warren, producer of The Drive with Jack and the Spartan Beat. He's also our Detroit Lions and NFL historian. Doug, the Lions and Steelers going at it as we taped this show. It was 3:30. It was 3-3 at the time. But is it more important for the Lions to handle business next week in Green Bay and then against some teams that should be favored to beat?
Well, I think going into tonight, the Lions, as you said, Jack, they're 3-3. Their record is they need to win tonight to keep pace with Green Bay. They trail Green Bay at 4-3, and the Minnesota Vikings, who lead the NFC North at 5-2. If they win tonight against Pittsburgh, that'll put them even with Green Bay, and then they can move into the rest of the schedule, because the rest of the 10 teams on their schedule, there are 6 games under 500. So these are all winnable games. They still have 2 games against the Packers. They have another game against Minnesota, and they have to play the Bears twice. So if the Lions can win tonight and then take care of business next week against Green Bay on Monday night, then that'll set them up good for the rest of the season.
Seems weird that the Lions would have Sunday night football followed by Monday night football. For so long, they weren't good enough to have any night football. But with the injury to Taylor Decker and the decimated offensive line, can the Lions do anything meaningful without getting a healthy offensive line the rest of the way?
Well, it remains to be seen. If Matt Stafford's healthy, then yeah, I think they can. If the offensive line fails to keep him protected and he gets knocked out for the season, then the season's essentially over. So they need to get Decker back. He's supposed to start practicing soon. You get him back by the beginning of December, and the Lions are still in the hunt. They're the 10th seed right now in the NFC, so they've got to win games to keep pace and try to make a run late in the season.
We saw that fast start in September. Doug, is the Lions' best football in 2017 behind it or still ahead of it?
Better still be ahead of it, or this season's already over, and we'll be talking about hockey and basketball, Michigan State basketball maybe.
Doug Warren, our NFL historian, thanks so much. Gentlemen, I want to switch gears a little bit and talk some baseball. And we had a split in the first 4 games of the World Series. Game 5 tonight here on Fox. But there's so much interest, Rico, in this World Series from fans in the state of Michigan because of Justin Verlander. Can you recall a postseason game with more interest without a Detroit team participating?
No, I can't. Maybe if the Yankees were in it because you hated the Yankees, but other than that, no. I think every Detroiter is going to get a pseudo ring if Verlander wins. They may hold a mini parade, not down Woodward, but maybe down Gratiot, because they're going to be so happy that Verlander got a ring, and it's like, ooh, look, it works. It happened, and because he wasn't going to get one with the Tigers. So,
and he was so loyal to the Tigers for so long. I think that's why they linked to him that way.
Yeah, when you think about Justin Verlander, you think about how close he came. Yeah. The Tigers were a pretty good team for the better part of a decade, Neil, but could never get over the hump.
A couple World Series, and they just couldn't do it as a team, but they were close, and even close in the playoffs to go to the World Series, but just fell short.
Could never get over the hump. That's a little bit like the Cleveland. Oh, I want to go there. Talk Indians. About the Cleveland Indians. Yeah. But yes, in terms of this matchup, tonight we had Kershaw and Keuchel. And if it gets to a game 7, it'll be all hands on deck. So you could have Justin Verlander pitching a couple more times, depending on what happens. And it'd be very interesting to see how he is regarded in terms of the Hall of Fame, everything else. And don't forget, Tom, Cameron Maybin is also making plays for the Astros. He's been a key player.
One guy that I was disappointed the Tigers lead because of his energy that he brought to the clubhouse.
Every time he got on base.
Players talking about how bummed when he left, and that's the Tigers probably could use a player like that. So happy for him, obviously.
Neil, how hard is it for you to watch this World Series, knowing how close the Indians were last year?
Oh, I know.
And a team that I thought was the best in baseball late this season.
They were. 3 opportunities to do it last year, and they couldn't do it. And then 3 opportunities to do it against the Yankees. So the Indians fans are pretty frustrated over not getting off that hump. And I just think that it's tough to watch for Indians fans, but it's certainly a fun series because of the Dodgers being in it for the longest period of time, and now the Astros.
You should be upset because last year was the first time I've ever seen a timeout called in baseball. In Game 7, they called timeout. the Indians were rallying. It was all set.
Right, exactly.
And they said, you know what, it may rain.
It's rain. Let's call it time.
Hold on for it. Let's hold on
and
for a
everybody
second.
thought the Indians were going to go.
It was like the lights going out in the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
That year.
Right. It was like Harbaugh versus Harbaugh, same thing.
Yeah,
and I think that changed the outcome. 49ers might have won that.
Or Fan Man in that boxing match with Riddick Bowe and Holyfield when he came in and interrupted the whole match.
Oh, yeah.
There's something about playoff baseball and World Series baseball. You say that about all the postseasons, Stanley Cup playoffs certainly, but you had game one, 2 hours and 25 minutes, and it was riveting. Then you have this extra inning game with 5 home runs hit in extra innings, and that's riveting. So it can affect you a lot of different ways, but for baseball fans, you could cherish. You might only have another game left, but enjoy it while you can. It's a long time until spring training. We will be right back with our Lansing's Best segment. We'll talk some Michigan State hockey and prep football coming up on Press Pass.
At Apple Tree, your child will be learning every day and won't even know it. Through themes and engaging lessons created by the teachers, your child will reach weekly academic goals while bringing a smile to their face. Each day, we provide time for the little things that matter so much to preschoolers, making sure they are more than ready for kindergarten. Security, peace of mind, safety, and kindergarten readiness.
We are now accepting preschool applications at our East Lansing location.
Are new car dealers scaring you with their used car prices?
Welcome to Motor Cars.
They're your stories. Tell us how you say yes to Mid-Michigan.
At Graf Chevrolet in Okemos, the 2018s are here and the 2017s have to go. This month only, save up to $13,000 on all remaining 2017s in stock. Or choose 0% financing for up to 72 months on select vehicles. There's never been a better time to save on new 2017s than right now at Graf Chevrolet in Okemos. Visit us in Okemos
Or shop grafokemos.com to see our inventory and daily specials.
At Fabiano's Pizzeria, we're more than great pizza. We're family. We're friends. We're a team. Dough and sauce made from scratch. We're serious about quality. And we're honored to serve you. Fabiano's Pizzeria, Westphalia. Just down the road.
The student bookstores are Green and White Shop headquarters. Outfit your entire family with Spartan gear. We have a large selection of men's, women's, and children's clothing. Show off your Michigan State pride with new shoes, socks, hats, and more. Have your tailgate ready with MSU party supplies, car accessories, and dress your pet in green and white. We have gifts for students, grads, alumni, and fans. From Vera Bradley and Dooney and Burke to diploma frames and more. Always shop SBS for the biggest and best selection of green and white. Go green, go white, go SBS.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for our Lansing's Best segment, brought to you by the Greater Lansing Sports Authority, bringing thousands of athletes and teams to Mid-Michigan for dozens of tournaments and special events. Hats off to everyone at the GLSA for showing just what this area can be. There you see the line score from Saturday night. Michigan State 6, Lake Superior State 0. Neil Koepke, Michigan State won exactly 2 hockey games in Munn Arena last season, none after November 4th. 4-0 at home this season. What is the big difference under first-year head coach Danton Cole?
I think, Jack, it starts with attitude, a new culture in the program. I think the players were focused in the summer on the embarrassment of the last couple of seasons, the guys that were returning, and the fact that they had a new coach and they had to listen. When you get a new coach, you basically, you're riveted on that coach. And they're following all of Danton's methods. And he's basically a disciplinarian too, but he's also changed the structure. A little more aggressive forechecking. And I'd also say that when the year passed, just normal improvement over players. development. And basically, Danton's being patient. He understands that 4-2 at this stage of the season means good for the confidence, good for what the fans are expecting.
Right.
But the next 10 games are against Big Ten schools, or at least most of them, and that's going to be a telling fact.
Realizing that there's work to do before Michigan State is even a middle of the pack team in the Big Ten.
But as long as you're competitive and you give the fans a good show, like last night, 6-0. When's the last time any of us have seen a game at Munn Arena where we weren't white-knuckling at the fans in the last 2 minutes to hold that lead? They dominated, they should have, and they got it done. And sweeping a series is not easy in college hockey. And Danton, I think, got the structure and he's got the mentality with his players to show up and do the right things, the little things that can put you over the top. Now we've got Minnesota coming up on the road, Wisconsin home in 2 weeks, so that we're going to know a lot about this team.
Fans are looking for progress, and some of them will remember that Ron Mason, in his first 2 seasons combined at Michigan State, won 26 games. Red Berenson, his first 2 seasons in Ann Arbor, won 25 games.
There you go.
So it takes a while sometime to get where you want to go. Tom Crawford, we have watched high school football all season long.
We have.
Now into the playoffs, some very impressive showings. I saw DeWitt crush Grand Rapids Christian and avenge its only loss.
That was surprising.
We had some big road wins. Lansing Sexton, Lansing Catholic, Williamston, maybe the best 5-4 team that got into the playoffs, all winning on the road. What impressed you about week 1 of the playoffs?
Well, I'll go back to Williamston. I mean, they had lost to Lake Fenton on the last regular season game on a Hail Mary, and you talk about revenge. You play them the next week, the same venue on the road, and they buried them. So hats off to the Hornets. You look at some of the other scores. Interesting matchup we're going to have is the fact that we're going to have Hazlitt taking on East Lansing at East Lansing to the Meridian Township Bowl, we'll call it. They used to open the season. They haven't played each other in a long time. That'll be an interesting matchup on Friday night.
District championship, and they've met before.
Yeah.
But there was a game that set a record for the highest score, right? With Fulton in Division 8.
Climax,
got 84-62.
84-62.
Unbelievable.
Didn't go to overtime?
No. So at the coaches' party, how does a Fulton defensive coordinator how does a Fulton defensive coordinator feel? When he's
react to the offensive coordinator.
62. I mean, is he having the beers with the other guys?
They scored 12 touchdowns. That's incredible.
Amazing. Pewamo Westphalia off to a good start, trying to defend the title. 38-7 win in Division 7. And, of course, Ithaca rolls. They're headed to Fort Field. That's maybe the surest bet that you can have. And Ithaca will be back there the weekend after Thanksgiving. We'll be back in just a minute. We're going to have all of our weekly awards, our Cool and Smooth segment. We'll have our Play of the Week, our Game of the Week, our Team of the Week, and our Player of the Week coming up here on Press Pass on Fox 47.
Team spirit. Face paint. More cowbell. Dean Trailways Motor Coach takes care of your travel, so you can support your favorite Spartan teams and focus on the important things. Dean Trailways, your favorite ride.
Coach's All-American Pub and Grill. What makes us All-American? Enjoying great food with ice-cold beverages and friendly service. Watching the game on one of our 21 large-screen TVs, with a variety of fun indoor and outdoor entertainment every night of the week. Connecting with friends, dining with family, or catching the game, you'll always have a great time. Coach's All-American Pub and Grill. Great food, fun, and friends.
Working with the Ide Company, 1, is very easy to do. 2, they're very responsive to our needs. And 3, as we've grown as a company, they've listened to those needs and they've helped us plan out our future in terms of growth that needs to be done at this location.
It's just comforting to know I'm working with the Ide Company, knowing that they can accommodate our growth. In that way, they're an excellent partner.
Opportunities for retail, office, restaurant, and residential. Build the future as a member of the Ide Company family.
Let Larry find a great deal for you at Larry's RV in Jackson.
Larry, are you out there?
You don't want anything stopping you from doing what you love.
For extra immune support, there's Airborne Plus Beta Immune Booster, the only one made with vitamins and minerals, plus an ingredient proven to boost your natural defenses. Airborne.
After reviewing the play, you should be driving a Honda from Capital Honda. During Capital Honda's Savings Rush, catch 2017 Honda Accord LX, 0 down, $219 a month. Score 2017 Honda Civic LX, $169 a month. Rush to Capital Honda today.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for our Cool and Smooth segment brought to you by the 4 Culver's locations in mid-Michigan. Since 1984, Culver's has been delighting guests one meal at a time with scrumptious butter burgers and premium frozen custard. That's Culver's. Welcome to delicious. All right, Team 214, who has been as cool and smooth as a Culver's mint explosion this week? Rico Beard, let's start with you on our play of the week.
Play of the week, maybe the play of the college football playoffs. I'm going to go to J.T. Barrett, who I think will end up hoisting that Heisman Trophy in December, hitting Marcus Ball with 1:48 to go in the Penn State game to cap an unbelievable comeback, wearing the all-gray jerseys. Fans, I guess only the diehard Ohio State fans still thought they had a chance. Everybody else said, man, this Penn State team is rolling. I feel sorry for anybody who gets in their way. Not so fast. J.T. Barrett, Marcus Ball, 16-yard touchdown pass. They failed on the 2-point conversion, but you know what? You only got to win by 1, Jack. Last time I checked.
Someone said that the play of the week could have been an attempted pickoff in game 2, where the guy wheeled around and threw the ball and nailed the umpire, nearly nailed him right in the duel.
No, I remember that.
And
it bounced back.
And if that ball had gone into center field, Mabin's in right center just looking, could have scored. The game had been over.
Yeah.
So
crazy.
Amazing how that works. All right, Neil Koepke, what about our game of the week?
Well, you know, it was almost a tie between that great Ohio State game that Rico just talked about, and J.T. Barrett was phenomenal in, and the World Series. So
You're not going to say the 6-0 win for Michigan State hockey?
No, I'm not going to say that. But I was almost going to go away from Fred Heumann and his love of baseball, but I'm going to give it to Game 2 of the World Series, the 7-6 game, because that was well played up until the 9th inning, when suddenly you thought, is Houston ever going to get a hit? They tied it up, took the lead in the 10th. The Dodgers came back and tied it up again, and then a 2-run home run by Springer put them ahead for good. And yet they had to survive another home run. 8 home runs in the game, 6 in the last 2 innings.
Springer had struck out 4 times the night
during
before.
That game, exactly.
Right? So everyone said, get that guy out of the lineup, he's terrible.
And then Yasiel Puig at the plate. So yeah, that game was
down for World Series history, one of the greatest games that we'll see, and I think it just energized fans in watching that series.
Tom Crawford, your team of the week is?
Finally, I'm going to go with the Iowa State Cyclones.
There you go.
That program had only beaten a top 5 team one time in its program history, and they've done it now twice in the same season. They knock off TCU, their 37-year-old coach Matt Campbell. What a win for the Cyclones! And hey, they're ranked 16th. I mean, Iowa State. It used to be a doormat in the old Big 12.
And they hold their own destiny in their league if they keep on winning.
They can just run the table.
Yeah. Didn't you miss a team, Tom? For your team of the week?
Oh.
For that great win over Rutgers?
Well, that was number 2.
Well, everyone keeps talking about Bedlam, right? Oklahoma State.
Yeah,
you got to stop in Ames, Iowa. And
that's next week.
And you know what? Iowa State fans get to rush the field when they win.
Yeah.
Buckeye fans,
they rush the field, though. There were fans out there.
Yeah. No. I'm saying Iowa State fans should rush the field.
But Ohio State
State? No, you've won national titles.
That's true.
You don't rush the field.
Time for our player of the week, and I want to give a shout out to Josh Kramer, who's a backup quarterback. Came in as a receiver and caught 3 touchdown passes. Fantastic effort for Lansing Catholic in the big win at Olivet. You can look at Brian Lewerke, but hey, the last play ruined what was a record-setting performance. He did so many things, especially that last drive when he hit Felton Davis. But you got to win the game. You can look at J.T. Barrett. We'll have a lot of chances, and Rico already saluted him. My player of the week is Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson, why? He won a national championship at Clemson. 2 things. Scored 40.78 points for my fantasy team. I just acquired him.
Once again, it's all about Jack.
The best thing for Deshaun Watson is the Cleveland Browns didn't draft him.
The worst thing about it.
Yeah, so he escaped that hell, and he's in Houston now and leading the Texans. Want to thank our panel, Tom Crawford, Blue Belly Tom. You can hear him Tuesday and Thursday on The Drive with Jack. Rico Beard, he is the host of the Spartan Beat weeknights from 6 to 7. Neil Kepke, my Human Hockey website. And we will be back next Sunday night. Have a great week, everyone.
Watch Fox 47 each Monday for tips on a new you, where we focus on self-improvement. This coming New You Monday is brought to you by Medical Weight Loss Clinic.